Hello, this is Father Rich Tui coming to you from the entranceway, the doorway of Our Lady of Peace Church in Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm so excited to be starting a new series with you called How the Church Changed the World. It's based off of the book that was produced by and published by Magnificat, maybe a daily devotional that many of us might be familiar with. But the author is Anthony Esolen. And he did a series of articles in Magnificat in the year 2013 that talked about this, how the church changed the world. And so we're going to be going through each of the essays and just spending some time on seeing the impact the church has had on our world throughout history. But we're here at the doorway of the church because it really reminds us of the significance of the vestibule, which is right inside those doors. We have a renovation committee at Our Lady of Peace that's been looking at some possible renovations to our property and our church. And we recently studied the concept of the vestibule of the narthex and kind of seeing how it represents this kind of bridgeway or this bridge or transition from the secular world into the sacred. And how we come to church to really be nourished and to be fed and to be transformed into Jesus Christ, so then we can be his hands and his feet, we can be his presence, we can be the Eucharist in the world, we can help transform the world. And so I really see the series we did on the Catholic customs back in the late spring and early summer to represent that transformation and how God wants to transform us inside the church and when we come together for the sacraments and prayer. But now this series to focus on how individuals and our church has taken that transformation and helped be a source of new life for the world. And so this is based off of the parable that Jesus gives us in Matthew 13, verse 33. It's one of the shortest parables. He spoke to them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed with 3 measures of wheat flour until the whole batch was leavened. And so this idea that we have, that literally we know that bread won't rise unless it has that yeast. And our God and Jesus Christ telling us the world can't rise to the levels of love and grace and growth and beauty unless there's yeast. He is the ultimate yeast, but then we're called and he allows us to be an extension of that, how we bring leaven and new life to the world. And so we're going to talk about that through this series of essays. There are 48 total, I believe. And then the introduction, which is today, and then a conclusion. So we'll be concluding in October. We'll be releasing these each day before the 7 a.m. Mass. So those who do join for Mass can possibly join in on them and check out, again, these remarkable ways throughout history, whether through science or poetry or art or the saints and the remarkable sacrifices and ways that they have helped others, that this lasting way the church has changed the world has changed us, and we wouldn't be the world and the human family that we are today if it wasn't for the church and the way that it has been yeast. So in the midst of a lot of negativity, we always see the focus on the negative, and certainly when it comes to the church, the many articles out there about the negativity and the things that, the darkness that has been in the church, and sometimes we've been instruments of. Hopefully this series can help us see how much more we've been light and help and grace to our world. And so I hope you'll join us for these next 50 days. Thank you for joining us for this introduction. Have a great day, and God bless.